My name's Caddy and my new business is in health and social care. We are a domiciliary care company with a twist. The twist being that we employ personal assistants and not traditional care workers.
Hi, my name is Sultana. My business is basically selling saris. We specialise in saris, designer, abayas, stuff like that.
Hi, I'm Chris Martin. My business is called The Tuck Shop. It's a sweet shop that sells everything from American candy to milkshakes, slush puppies, jarred sweets, pick and mix.
I think it was the fact surrounding my nan, who's 92, who had an excess of 15 care workers coming in to see her in the space of just a few months. And I thought that there could be a different model or a different way of delivering things so that people have consistency, and trying to change how the social care landscape is, trying to make it better for people for what they want when they need it.
I've always had this keen interest basically to have a business on my own. Since the age of 16 when I started studying business, and then I progressed into studying like travel and tourism, and that interest has always been there in the back of my head, and I've just never had the opportunity until I basically met with BES and spoke and talked through it.
It was a dream me and my wife had. Well, we've had for a long time, working for ourselves. It started off as an ice cream parlour, the idea did, but then obviously an ice cream parlour in Stoke-on-Trent isn't very good because it's seasonal and the weather's not great, so went from ice cream parlour to ice creams and sweets to sweets.
It's my experiences within local authorities. So I worked for a local authority for 10 years, and during that time I spent in various directorates such as housing, neighbourhood management, children and young people services, adult and social care.
Before I started this business, I was basically a carer for my mum and my grandma. I was looking after my family, and I was also working. I used to work for Phones for You. I was doing full-time hours. Things got really complicated when I was working for them because I had more responsibility out at home than at work. So I couldn't balance my life together, and I found myself in a position where I had to leave my job because of the family commitment.
I was a door engineer. I was earning good money, and then that dried up and I ended up working in a warehouse on low income. I had an accident and we just said, let's go do it. If we don't do it, we'll never do it. So we just went out there and started putting feelers out and tried the best, and we got there in the end.
I'd like to pinpoint a barrier for you and say, this was a major barrier, but I can't, because there are that many in setting up your own business. It's just that the little barriers, then the medium-sized one, and then you think, I'm never going to be free of these barriers, but it gets there and it sort of evens out, and then you just, you get another one and then it evens out. And it's just you as a business, how you, like I say, adapt to that. I think a big thing was policy and procedure and process, and making sure those were in place and the foundations were in place for staff to follow.
Once I left basically my job, I realised I can't always be sitting at home and doing the same thing again and again. I need to do something about it until this opportunity came up, and I thought I have to go ahead with it, and that's what I've been doing basically.
At first, obviously it was the financial barrier, because actually getting your shop and buying your stock and everything else, and then it was advice, because we knew somebody who was self-employed themselves, but it was in a totally different business and it was nothing that we wanted to do, sort of thing. So that was the main thing, actually doing it and finding out how to do it.
For me, I've learnt so much about myself personally, and you go into business thinking, yes, I can do this and I can change that, and I can, you have a dream to change it and to try at least change what I can to make it better for people. And for me, when I see that and when I see people and I see people's face light up or know that it's working, or when they've got to the end of the tether, we've had some customers who just basically got to the end and think, you know, there's nothing else there for me, and we've come in and helped them, and we're still helping them now. And for me, that's, if I hadn't to set this up, that wouldn't have happened.
I think my life is a lot better than how it was in terms of like working and taking care of family and stuff like that. I get to be my own boss. I get to make decisions for myself. And if there's like a family emergency, I always know that I can, you know, have another family member here to cover for me. Or if worse comes to worse, I can just close my business down and attend to my family commitments. It's basically made my life a lot easier, and I find myself a lot happier now as well, that I can actually be my own boss and do the things that I enjoy doing.
Massive, absolutely massive. Best thing I ever did. Working with my wife as well. It gives you freedom. You know, it's like, yeah, prime example yesterday, there was no one about. It was absolutely a waste of time sitting here. So it was like, well, we've done okay today. Let's go home. Went home half hour early without the boss shouting at me because I'm the boss.
You have to let things grow steady, and you have to have the patience, and I have drive, I have passion, I have enthusiasm that help me daily to grow this business. For me, it was the patience thing. It's knowing that, you know, you put all this hard work in, it will come, and it will come eventually.
I've been an engineer and a builder all my life, so working in the shop was pretty scary. We enjoy coming work. It's been a long time since I've enjoyed coming work, sort of thing, so that's all good.
My advice would be, just do it. Seek advice from somebody or some, you know, business mentors. Speak to, obviously, the likes of BES and get information out there. It is hard, it is scary. I left a full-time employed job that paid well to do this, and it's, you know, it's really, really difficult, but the rewards far outweigh what the difficulties are. And if you want to be your own boss, just do it.
Anyone that's got a dream, or anyone that's wanting to start a business, you know, what they need to do is seek help, because there's always help available. You just have to, you know, find the right sort of help for yourself on whatever you want to go into. Don't just sit at home and think that it's just all gonna come to you, because it's not. You're gonna have to get yourself out there. You're gonna have to make yourself heard, and you know, you just gotta find that sort of help, because I know for a fact there is help out there. You know, it's just a matter of you getting out there and, you know, finding that sort of help.
Go for it. I've had a couple of people talk to me about different ventures that they were thinking about doing. I said, just tell them straight, do it. You don't know till you find it, you don't know till you do it.